Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and this one is dealing with poisoned weapons, and how many weapons can we coat with one dose of poison, and once that weapon is coated in poison, how many attacks can we get with it before the poison wears off. So they make it pretty simple. In fact, some people might say that they oversimplify things in second edition, but one dose of poison can be used one time. So one dose of poison can be used to cover one weapon with enough poison to be effective. And it doesn't matter if that one weapon is a greatsword with a really big blade, or if it is a single arrowhead. It doesn't make any difference. One dose of poison can cover one weapon with enough poison to be effective. And that does cause some people to be a little confused. If there's enough poison in this vial to cover an entire greatsword, then I should be able to cover 3 dagger blades or many pieces of ammunition in the poison. But by raw, that's not the way it works. They make it very simple. One dose is one weapon. I will say that there is an alchemical item called Silver Sheen that is used to temporarily add the silver trait to a weapon, and in its description, it does say that one dose of Silver Sheen can be used to apply its covering to one melee weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition. So it would be like one sword or 10 arrowheads. And I've seen a number of people online like to apply that rule to any poison, but just be aware that that's technically a house rule. That mention about being able to apply one dose to 10 pieces of ammunition is something that's specifically in the Silver Sheen description and is not mentioned anywhere when discussing poisons. But if you wanted to find a foundation for house ruling ammunition, that would probably be a good place to start. Just be aware, again, is not an official rule. Now, how many times can you attack with a weapon once it is covered in poison is, again, it's pretty simple. The very next strike that you make with that weapon, if it hits, then it's going to deal its regular damage, and the victim of that attack is going to have to make some kind of save, probably a fortitude save, to overcome the effects of the poison, and it's one and done. After that, it's gone. If you miss with your attack, then then the poison remains active. If you just completely miss, then there's no contact made with the blade, so it's still good for you to make another strike with that weapon and the poison. And if you critically fail, or if you hit but no damage is inflicted, because say they have a resistance to slashing damage, then not only was no damage applied, but you also lose the poison. So on a critical failure, you probably just the blade hit the target's cloak or made contact with leather armor or something, just enough to deflect the blade and scrape the poison off, but not suffer any damage from the attack. And the same thing if you do succeed with the hit, but don't actually apply any damage. And also the poison weapon feat that is used to apply poisons to weapons does specifically say before the start of your next turn. So you have a time frame of the poison, once it's applied, has to be used before the start of your next turn. So those are the general rules. One dose is used one time to cover one weapon, regardless of that weapon's size. I'll leave some links to other videos that might be relevant to this topic and of interest to you. Those that go into poisons and afflictions and so forth, and other damage types. I'll leave those in the description of the video if you'd like to have more information. If you have any suggestions on other topics to see covered as a rule reminder, please leave those in the description. I gather all of those and add them to my ever-growing list of suggestions. And as always, I want to thank everybody who supports me, whether it is through subscribing to this channel or clicking the like button or telling your friends about the channel, sending other people my links. The word of mouth is a big help to small channels like mine, and I always appreciate when you do those things. And of course, I also want to thank those folks who support me through my Patreon as well. Thanks for watching. Take care and happy gaming.